welcome back to another video. This is basically part 2 of that last video I made. I know I said I was gonna have the vlog for y'all, but I actually don't. I'm still working on it. That Miami vlog is so long, and I'm like, as you guys know, I'm still working on editing and putting things in. So basically, I was sorry y'all, I'm getting text messages. But so welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that last video, and I know it's not getting as much like views as the other ones. It's probably because I haven't been like promoting my YouTube channel that much, but you know, if you guys could share my videos, it would be greatly appreciated, you know. Also, like, you know, comment, like, subscribe, you know, invite new people, just come hang with us. And you know, y'all could get a little bit of like, you know, story time into my personal life. Like, I'm really not that like private to where like I'm afraid to share things with you guys. So that's why I feel like, you know, I'm able to like do these like story times and you know, dating infos and all that. But as of like this day of me making the video, I am still single. I am. It's almost Valentine's Day. Like, it's literally like what, 2 weeks till Valentine's Day. I'm still single, but you know, it's whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna jump right into the video, which was me just talking about that relationship that I was in that was like super duper toxic. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna, this is probably gonna be the last part because I just don't want to drag this on too much. It was just like a lesson learned, but you know, I learned my lesson and I am doing so much better. And honestly, I feel like I've healed from that relationship. It's almost been a year since that whole thing happened. And maybe I still need to go to therapy for like other things in my life. And this is probably going to be one thing that comes up during therapy. Yes, it probably will be. But that's okay because, you know, we all need a little therapy, and we all have like hidden things that we, not hidden things. We all have things that we hide. Sorry, that just threw me off completely. I'm like, wait, did the color come off? But it's just a pattern. But yeah, we all have things that we tend to sweep under the rug, and then we don't know that it's still affecting us. And then one day we get into a situation and we realize we've never healed from it. But in my personal opinion, not my professional opinion, because I am not a psychiatrist or a therapist, I feel like I've healed from that situation if I am able to talk about it without bawling my eyes out, because it was very traumatic, and I decided that I'm not going to let that person or whatever situation I had with that person interfere with the rest of my life. You know, there are some things I'm able to move on from. That's just like, I move on. But then there's some things, baby, there's some things that, you know, I'm definitely gonna talk to you guys about, and you know, give you, you know, bring you guys into like my personal life a little bit, like, you know, personal, because these are like personal story times, but they're not like, you know, things that tell you, like, you know, why I am the way that I am or how I act. You know, it's things that, like, there's a lot to come with these story times. But I also want to bring you guys like other stuff too, so you guys can let me know what you want to talk about, what are the type of videos you guys like to, like to watch. And I'll definitely put that into the idea box, because you know, sometimes you need a little help with what to put out, and I want to know what you guys would like to watch. So let's get into this makeup tutorial. Well, it's not really a tutorial because I'm not a professional. I don't know how to do makeup for real. I just be doing it just to do it. But I'm not going anywhere for real, guys. I'm just dressing up, and I'm probably going to take a couple pictures. But I'm just that girl. I like to, you know, get up when I'm feeling a little sad, a little lonely, dress up, and do what I do. But yeah, I keep getting these text messages, y'all. Yeah, I had to answer the text. But I just got this new foundation, and I feel like I finally found my shade. And this was given to me by a sergeant of mine, and she had bought this foundation, but it turned out to not be her skin tone. But this is in the shade, how you find the shade to these things? This is shade 6, deep tan/deep, and it's elf. Yeah, see, it's elf. Halo Glow Liquid Filler foundation. But here we go. I'm finna put this on. But y'all, it's my shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start or pick up where I left off from last time, because last time I had told y'all about the whole like Mardi Gras situation. So after the Mardi Gras, I wanted to like end a relationship, but I didn't. I talked to like my best friend, I talked to my cousin, and basically I didn't tell them that I wanted to end a relationship. I just said that like it was just a little weird, and they all thought it was weird too, because why would you act like that? Like, you literally showed your behind out there. So it was like, okay, cool. I continued the relationship. So the next thing that happened was basically him accusing me of talking to other people, right? That was the other thing that took like a lot of like, I guess, priority in our relationship, was him just accusing me of talking to other people. So there was this one time we went to Walmart, right? We were going to make some food, mostly him, because it was his house. And I have this thing where like I get shy to cook at people's houses. If it's my house, okay, like, you know, I'll make the food or whatever. But if it's other people's house, I'm like, you know, your kitchen, like I can be of help, but I'm not just gonna take over your kitchen. So he was gonna cook, and I don't even remember what we were going to make for real. We just went to Walmart to go get some like ingredients. Then like as soon as we got there, y'all, I kid you not, he was upset. And I'm like, what the heck happened? Why did your mood suddenly just change? Like, it just shift. We were walking in just laughing and keying it up, and then it just switched up. So basically I spent probably like 15 minutes at Walmart just trying to figure out what was wrong. That became our relationship, y'all. When I tell you, it was just me trying to figure out what was wrong with this dude every single day of our relationship. That's what it was. Like, what did I do now? What's wrong? So, you know, he finally ended up telling me. He was like, oh, when we walked in, there was this dude that was staring at you, and you stared back at him, and it seemed like you were trying to get his attention. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. Like, I have no idea what dude you're talking about. And apparently there was a dude, but the thing is, the whole time when he's saying that I'm looking at this dude, me and him are talking to each other. We're walking in and we're talking. And yes, I can look around, but that doesn't mean I'm looking at a specific person. You know, you walk into a place, you look around. It doesn't mean you're looking at somebody like, oh, like, ooh, this person is my next victim type of energy. That's what it was given to him. It was given like, oh, I'm trying to say like, oh, this person is the next person that I'm gonna cheat on you with. And I'm just like, dude, like, calm down. Like, I really don't know who that person is, I'm not trying to get his attention. And his whole thing was, oh, I'm always trying to get male validation. I'm always trying to please a male in a type of way so that I can get their approval and shit. I'm just like, yo, dude, no. And the only reason he's saying that is because I literally opened up to him about the situation with my dad and me. It's like a whole situation with my dad and me and stuff. And he started using my trauma from like my personal relationship with my dad to attack me, basically using my trauma to attack me. And when somebody starts doing that to you, just know you need to get out of that relationship, because they're manipulating you into staying, making it seem like, oh, there's something wrong with you because you went through this in your life, and that's the reason why you're acting out, when really you're not acting out. So when you're in those type of relationships, run, because that's a huge red flag. And I didn't know at the time that, you know, I should have been taking it as a red flag, but it's a red flag, y'all. It's a red flag. So basically I was like, yeah, I don't know who the dude is. I'm so sorry that I did this to you and you felt like I was trying to get his attention, and I'm so sorry that it came off this way, but it really wasn't like that. That's not what I was trying to do. I would not disrespect you like that. And you know, for the meantime, he was okay. He was cool. He was cool. And then we got into this whole thing, which I don't know if I explained this in the last video, but it was this whole thing about this guy who was in a car. It was multiple people in this car, and they kind of like was like hollering at me. They hollered at me just like the whole almost similar to the whole situation that happened in New Orleans, but not similar, because the whole thing that happened in New Orleans, the dude didn't even holler at me for real. He probably just looked at me, and I didn't even know he was looking at me. So basically, he was supposed to come and get me at my house, and while he was outside waiting for me, well, I told him I was going to tell him when to come, because I was in the process of cleaning my room. Hopefully I'm doing this right. Yeah, I was in the process of cleaning my room. So I told him, hey, I'm going to tell you when to come, because I don't want you sitting outside waiting so long for me to come out or whatever. And he was like, okay, cool. But apparently he didn't, you know, want to wait. So he just kind of like just showed up to my place. You know, so he showed up after I didn't know he was outside for real. So he was sitting in his car, and I went to go away the trash, and I saw his car outside, and I was just like, oh, okay, let me just go say hi to him. Since he's already here, I'm gonna just go ahead and just like wrap it up and go get my stuff, basically. And yeah, you know, I went up to his car and kind of like shocked him a little bit. He was like, hey, like, where you coming from? I said, I just came back from the garbage. I just threw it away, and I saw your car. I decided to come and say hi. And he was like, okay, cool. And then he was like, okay, hurry up and go get your stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So while I'm hurrying it up to go get my stuff from inside the house, this car drove past me and was like making a whole bunch of noise from the car. And I was basically like, what the heck? Because it was like weird noises, like animalistic noises, and I was just like, that's weird, that's suspicious. But you know, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and go up. Then the car, while I was like, what the heck, they had sped up and then stopped and was trying to like have a conversation with me. And then while they was talking to me, I kind of just ignored them and didn't say anything, because I'm like, what the heck? No, I'm not gonna talk to you. You guys sound and look like lunatics. So I basically ran up the stairs because I didn't want to like keep him waiting too long. So I ran up the stairs. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hurry up, because I'm like, mind you, I'm just standing out there while these people are like passing by and shit. So it looked like, hey, like he just told you to hurry up. That's what was on my mind. He just told you to hurry up. Like, why are you taking so long? So I ran up the stairs to go and grab my stuff. And while I was upstairs getting my stuff, he texted me and was like, oh, he was like, oh, the people was out there like waiting on you. And I was like, what do you mean they was waiting on me? I don't know them. Why would they be waiting on me? And he basically was trying to say, oh, like, yeah, they're waiting on you, so, and I'm waiting on you, so hurry up. So he said, when I got in the car, I was like, where the people at? He said, oh, he was on his way to their car, and they drove off. So basically he got out of his car, and the people who was in the car drove off. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And he was like, yeah, it is weird. Do you know them? And I was like, no, I don't know them. And mind you, this turned into a freaking argument. This turned into like, this was like if I didn't think there was a peak, where our relationship could have gone downhill, this was it. If it wasn't happening, if I wasn't thinking it happened, because it definitely happened like way earlier than that. So as soon as that whole thing popped off, our relationship was like going just down the drain. Whatever we had left, down the drain. So it was just like, it was me defending myself, telling him I don't know who those people are. Like, I can't tell you who they are because I don't know who they are. And I don't know why they stopped. It's probably because I called them weird when they were driving past me and making all that noise. It's probably because of that. And he just would not believe me. I was crying my eyes out, trying to make this man believe me, because I felt like I was doing something wrong. I was ruining our relationship. It just kept feeling like I, and never, this is us not getting on the same page, not really communicating with each other how we should. And y'all, when I tell you, it was like I was fighting for my life every day. That's what it felt like. Our relationship just kept going down the drain. And then let's not forget about the whole part about me wanting to be celibate. First of all, I've been wanting to be celibate, right? But, you know, the whole thing with the breakup happened, and it sent me on a spiral. And then I went on the dating app just to, like, you know, get my mind off things. And honestly, I wish I didn't go on there. I wish I didn't go on there. I wish I could have just mind my business and kept it pushing with my heartbreak and just, you know, do what I do. But no, I had to go on there. And to this day, I wish I didn't go on there. But, you know, we live and we learn. And I'm thankful for the experiences that I've gone through that, you know, made me the person that I am today, because honestly, it had to happen for me to learn. But, you know, after the whole situation, we just could not get on the same page at all. Just never on the same page, never agreeing with each other. We would do these things. We would have these moments where it was like cordial, it was peaceful, where we would worship together. We would read the like, he had this book that we would read together that was like kind of like I think it was a pastor that, you know, wrote the book and stuff like that. And we had these moments where it felt like, you know, we had these moments where it felt like we can do this. We can be in a normal relationship, but nah. It was just It was just for play, because when we got into fights, it was fights that lasted a long time. When I tell you a long time, it lasted a long time. And there were fights that I felt like we could not come like into a solution with, because every time I thought we got to a solution, he would bring it back up. And the whole thing with him and me, like, where he would just constantly accuse me of being in a relationship with somebody else, especially when we would talk about being celibate. When he brought up the whole idea of being celibate, I was all for it, because it was something that I had already wanted to do. And then it was like, okay, well, we could be celibate after this date. Okay, when the date come, he would change his mind. He'd be like, okay, we can start this date. And then when the date came, he would change his mind again. It was just like, yo, hello, do you actually want to be celibate, or is this something like, is it play for you? Because it's not giving that that's what you want to do. So basically, it was just like, I wanted to be celibate, but he would like play around and be like, oh, no, not anymore. Like, wait, let's do it then. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? Like, dude, this is not something that I want to do with you anymore, because you clearly don't want to do it. That is clearly something you do not want to do. So I'm not gonna like force you to do it. I will not like hold your hand, like, especially the age that you are. I will not hold your hand and be like, oh, we're gonna be celibate and that's that. And if you don't want to do it, that, you know, I'm not doing that. That's not my job at all. So I basically was just like, if you don't want to do it, like, just tell me you don't want to do it, and we're cool. Like, we cool. Like, I'm not gonna force you at all. So he basically was just like, all right. And we ended up not even practicing the whole celibacy thing. But it was something that he will always like. And then when I bring up like, oh, I'm like, I don't want to have, you know, intimacy. I don't want to have, you know, physical, you know what I'm talking about. He would be like, oh, it's because you're with somebody else. Or if we would have like a time where we're not doing anything and we did it again, and he would be like, oh, it feels different, like it's because you're with you were doing it with somebody else. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, but I don't know how to like help you in this instant. Like, I'm not doing anything with anybody. I'm literally here almost every day. If you don't hear from me for like 2 hours, you're freaking out because you think I'm with somebody, and I'm not. I'm literally like, just most of the time when I wasn't with him, I was at home sleep. So you telling me you don't like. And I tell you, and it had got to a point where I had to start texting him, hey, I'm going to sleep. So if you don't hear from me, this is why, because I'm sleeping. So it got to a point where that's what I had to do. Yeah, but I was telling him, like, this is not what I'm going to do. Like, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to babysit you. I'm just going to... Yeah, so we ended up just basically not ever getting along. I was to a point where I was like completely done. Yeah, this is not what I'm gonna do. And then we fast forward to what caused us to break up the first time, because we broke up twice. Caused us to break up the first time. When we broke up the first time, it was because of he went through my phone and basically saw this picture of me and asked me, hey, have you ever taken these type of pictures before? And me not remembering that I did take a picture like that, I said no, because it was something that I took in a moment to see my gains, because I was lifting a lot, and like how much like body fat I've lost. And basically, I told him, no, I haven't. Not that I could think of, da 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 da. And he basically was just like, well, you're a liar, da da da. And you want to know how I know you're a liar? Because I went through your phone and I saw this, da 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 da. And I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know where you saw it, but if you did see it, then I'm so sorry. And it's because I completely forgot that it was there. And he basically was just like, yeah, no, you're a liar. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, the more, what's it called, version, because, you know, I don't have a lot of time. I don't know when the story's gonna end, but yeah. So basically, he was just like, you're a liar. You're a liar. Like, how do you not know it's there? And I was just like, first of all, I have 2 phones. So sometimes I don't know what's on one phone and what's not on the other. Okay? So I just don't know. And no, did not believe me. Still was saying, oh, you're a liar, you're a liar. And I was just like, you know what? Fine. Whatever, I'm a liar. Just, you know, let's leave it at that and see how we can get past this. Could not get past it, y'all. You know, like the other things, he brought up all the other stuff that happened in our relationship. Basically accused me of cheating, and he was saying, oh, if you could lie about this, you could definitely lie about a lot of things, da 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 da. And I'm just like, dude, I get why you would think that, but I promise you, I do not remember it being there. And that's basically why I told you it wasn't there, because I did not remember it being there. And you know, he was just like, yeah, no, you're just a liar. And I was like, okay, cool. Ended up breaking up. And in the midst of that breakup, right, basically was just like, oh, yeah, we need to talk first before the breakup happens. Then he went and he said, I didn't know until later on, but he set me up with this, like, with this thing that him and his friends were trying to do to figure out if I was worth it as a woman, or if I was a or if I was, you know, whatever, you know, guys try to do or whatever, try to set me up. And basically somebody called me like in the middle of the night. Usually I don't pick up numbers that I don't know, but for some reason I picked up the number that night. And it was just this person who called me and was just like, hey, I'm on the LSU football team, and yeah, I got your number from one of my buddies, da, 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 da. And I was like, wait, the person I know that's on, I only know one person on the football team, and the person that I know that's on the football team would never, ever in a million years give you my number. So who are you? Like, there's no way he would give you my number. So I already peeped game what was happening. I wasn't sure, but my two intuitions, me being in tune with myself, I knew some shit was happening. I was just like, I'ma just play along, right? I'm playing along to the bull crap that is happening on my phone, and this person is like, oh, you know, I'm also from Miami. I'm from Fort Lauderdale. I'm Puerto Rican and this and that. And I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I'm playing along. I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. Mind you, I have an incy little feeling that it's him behind the phone call, but I'm like, it don't sound like him, so it must be somebody else that he got to say all of that. And I'm just like, yeah, that's that. So I basically knew, and he did not know that I knew, but, you know, and he ended up telling me later on that, you know, it was him because it was eating him up alive. But basically, he ended up doing that, but this was after we broke up. It was like maybe like 24 hours after we broke up, and then he came to my apartment the next day to get his stuff, and basically was trying to like bash me or manipulate. He was trying to manipulate me into staying, and I was basically like, no, breaking up. And he basically telling me there's like other people in our relationship, da 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 da. And this was right before spring break. I ended up going on spring break with my best friend and her family, and we had an amazing time, and it was cool. It was Gucci. And then I came back, and I gave this man another chance, y'all. You know, it was my own doing. I gave him another chance, and that chance didn't even last 2 weeks, y'all. It lasted 1 week, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done. Because that whole week in our relationship, I wanted to hang out with my friends. He told me, like, after he came back from picking me up from, at first he was like, why you gotta go hang out with her? Why can't you just go home and chill and da 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 da? I was like, because ever since I've been in this relationship, I have not seen my friends. Like, I just want to spend a little time with my friends. Is that okay? And basically, he ended up taking me there and picking me up, y'all. And when he picked me up, he met, you know, one of my friends. And he basically was just like, yeah, you was in there with somebody else. You was in there and she's covering for you. And I was just like, you think I would be friends with the type of people who would cover for me and make me, like, no. I would not be friends with those type of people. I would not go ahead and go cheat on somebody. Mind you, the whole time, I was telling her, hey, you know, something happened in our relationship. It was my fault. Like, I did this. And she was basically like, yeah, you definitely should have, like, thought carefully before you answered if you didn't remember if you took a picture or not. Like, she was basically giving me advice, like, hey, yeah, you were wrong, da 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 da. And I was like, yes, I know I was wrong. Like, I'm literally taking accountability for this. And he's basically like, yeah, that's not a good friend. And I was like, who are you? One thing about me, I'm gonna stand up for my friends, because they are, when everybody leaves, they are still here. That's one thing. When all the people who come into my life leaves, they're still here. So is like most of my family. So when it comes to when it comes to my family and my friends, yeah, I'll stand 10 toes down. So basically, I didn't like that. We had a whole argument, and that night he told me that he was the one on the call. Da 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 da. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. And then ended up having another argument in my apartment, because he wanted me to go to his house, and I said I didn't want to. I just wanted to be home. And then my cousin ended up calling, and she asked me, like, who I was with. I didn't want to tell her who I was with, because first of all, we had agreed no more of him. But I ended up telling her, and then he thought we was talking bad about him. He thought we was talking bad about him from me just looking at the phone and then looking to the side at him, basically. So that gave him the impression we were talking about him. So like, imagine me on FaceTime with my cousin. She looked at me, I'm looking at her, we stopped talking, and then I look up at him, and then I look back at her. He's like, oh, you talking about me? And then he started saying, oh, from the get-go, it's been me, you, and your family in this relationship. Mind you, I haven't been really talking to my family a lot since me and him got together, because like I said from the first video, he tried to keep me isolated, and he did a really good job at doing that and making me think that it was me who was isolating myself from them. But in reality, it was him, because like I said, he did not want me to go to my friend's house. He did not want me to do any of the things that I usually used to do. And I was just like, not seeing the signs until I was seeing the signs. So basically, ended up just like, yeah, breaking up. I ended up recording that whole argument, and it got to a point where he was like holding on to me, where I literally was fearing for my life. I thought this man was really about to put hands on me. And My best friend had to come out of her room and see what was going on. It was a lot. It was a mess, y'all. But he didn't put his hands on me, which was that. Because if he did, bro, the whole Filtered gang was gonna find their way in Louisiana. I don't care where they was at. They was gonna find. Alright, y'all. So this is the final look. Yeah, so my storage is acting up. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the end of the story in like 3 minutes or whatever. So basically we ended up ended up like breaking up again because of the whole thing that happened at my friend's, and then what happened with my cousin. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And then after we broke up, basically went into this like stalking thing where he would stalk me all the time. He would send me these messages about how, like, you know, I'm this and I'm that, and I just let any man just take me, and all that extra stuff that, you know, all the horrible stuff that you would say to somebody. And he ended up one time, like, basically texting me, oh, like, I'm gonna, you know, pew pew myself, you know, because he did own a pew pew. He owned one, and he told me that he was gonna do it. And I texted my friend right away, and I was just like, what should I do about this? And she's like, it's an intimidation tactic. He's basically just trying to get you to come back to him, so don't fall for it. The only thing you can do is just call 911 and send them to his place. And I didn't even end up doing that because I was just like, you are not gonna fool me. And to this day, this man is still alive, y'all. So if I knew he was gonna actually do it, I would. But I just, at that point, I realized that he would go through these lengths to try and intimidate me to, like, you know, being back with him and stuff. But, you know, I learned my lesson. I have grown this past year. I have told myself that, you know, there are things I'm willing to take in a relationship, and there are things that I'm not. I will always choose me at the end of the day, because you have to choose you, and you have to love yourself, and you have to know that no type of love, if this person really loves you, they would not treat you like that at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please come back and watch more. I have so many other things to talk about, to tell, and you guys still can add on and tell me what you want. You know, follow me on Instagram as pretty on _the spot. It's in my intro, and I think also in my outro. So, you know, you guys follow me and give me some video ideas that you guys would like for me to do. Like, I'm open to anything. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to figure out this whole storage thing. Yeah, I will try to figure out this whole storage thing so that I will be able to tell you guys the full story, you know, later. And, you know, yeah, I have my hair done under here. It's like a slick back, y'all. My little slick back. And, you know, I'll take some pictures, and I'll probably just insert them into the video so you guys can see the, like, complete finished product. I'm gonna go ahead and just, like, you know, dress myself. But, you know, see you guys later. Have a good one. Be safe. And I love you guys. All right, bye. So what you guys think of the whole outfit? It's cute, right? Am I tripping or am I tripping? This skirt was given to me by my auntie. This shirt was a shirt that I've, like, well, this cut top, I've had it for a long time. It's I think it's from, like, Rainbows, I believe. If you guys know what Rainbows is, this is where this is from. With my watch, makeup by me, earrings, jewelry. Then I got it on base, like, not on base, but I when I went to AIT, this is where I got my jewelry. It's real, y'all. My first real jewelry. I got it myself, and it was kind of like a present to me for doing all that I've done. and accomplishing all that I've accomplished, you know, I feel good. And I don't know if I should throw like a jean jacket with this. Let's see. What do you guys think of this? You know, just a little jean jacket moment. Know what you guys think, you know? Let me know if this is eating or not. Because I like it. But I don't know. The jean jacket is kind of like not the same shade. They got it, but I think I have another one that will match better with this. But for now,